What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Atlanta Braves NLCS podcast, aka $3 Parlay. Here with my co-host Michael Serio. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, the Brewers, you can't lose the series if you're not in it. So, popping on the Braves for the NL, and I'm going to be on the Rays for the AL, and just chugging along. Yeah, it's been fun. Making bets.
Yeah, I mean they call us the Atlanta Braves because there's no L's. Oh boy, just like Christmas. All right, let's hop into it. So not only speaking baseball, did my Braves make it to the NLCS? So that's a good week for me. But I also didn't come in last place between the two of us.
That's an even better week. That is an even better week.
I mean, that's how you do it. So, I mean, looking here at the scoreboard, let's pop it on up here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. That's what she said.
There we go.
You still got a pretty hefty lead there, but
yeah,
not a great week.
No, not a great week at all. Down over $7. Missed the $3 parlay for the third week in a row, and also hit 20% of my bets. Look, this week was just bizarre. UCF got upset outright. I mean, come on.
What did we tell you about Tulsa?
You did it, you know. You should call them Tusa because they don't have any L's either.
Oh, that's true.
At least this week.
That's true. Well, yeah, I mean, you had a really out-of-character week. Though for myself, really setting the average at about 40%. If you look at my week-over-week standings right here, came out positive $1.54. Really good. We're making progress, guys. We're going from 864 lost to 137 lost to a positive $1.54. So you can expect this week to get probably like another $30-$35.
Look, and here's the thing: is that I said it last week. This really is the sweet spot for the better side. Vegas has, their numbers, and they really, I feel like, have a head start on those first couple weeks.
Yeah.
But now, we can kind of adjust. We've seen these teams in the NFL. We've seen college football teams, pretty much all of them except the SEC, multiple weeks in a row. So, a really, really weird week for me, at least. And I think across kind of all sports. But I'm really excited for these games we have coming up, and I'm definitely expecting a big week for both of us.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I guess any of these bets from last week that you really want to talk about, or
let's just highlight this bottom one here. New Orleans winning by 4.
You're talking about the Cleveland-Dallas game, right?
No, I don't want to talk about that one.
And you said this was easy money.
Look, I was wrong. Dallas is not a good team. And Cleveland's flying under the radar. Cleveland's really flying under the radar.
How many wins does Dallas have?
They have 1.
Who did they beat?
They beat the Falcons.
In a fluke game on like a onside kick?
Game.
Yeah. That should have told you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah. Just I don't know, bizarre games across, at least, because it's never my fault. It's the game's fault. So we won't spend too much time. Let's move over to yours.
Yeah, well, the one that I got right that I really want to talk about is the Falcons money line. I mean, they came out and just blew the Packers out of the water. It was not even a close game. I went to sleep by halftime. It was so in the bag. But on a serious note, we will make a note that I did have to change out the Kansas City New England Patriots over, I think it was 105 points. Just because we didn't know at the time that they were going to play the game. They kept moving it around, not knowing what was going on because Cam got COVID. So we ended up taking Ole Miss at Kentucky, Mississippi plus 6.5. And boy, do I wish I took the money line on that one because Ole Miss came back and never bet against Lane Kiffin. I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
He's looking good. Both schools in Mississippi are playing really good. I mean, the programs and the coaches
really good on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And those Buffalo Bills, I think between you and me, have bet on them every single week.
And the only time that they have not come up in our favor has been when you've bet on them.
That's correct. Yep. That is correct. That is correct.
Factual knowledge right there. So let's jump into it. I guess, Michael, what do you have as your first pick of the week?
So, I mean, I'm going to keep my trend going. Do what I
Mm-hmm.
do best. Do an
Yep.
NFL pick
Here we
on
go.
pick on a very, very bad team,
Yep. Tampa Bay
which
Bucks. Here we go.
I will paste in here. Let me do my
Rams versus
values
football
only.
team.
Rams
Oof.
versus football team, and I'm using the nicknames here. So Rams versus
Okay.
football team. I'm taking the Rams. I don't love the number at 7.5, but I would
You wish it
rather it
was
be.
like 14?
No, I would rather it be under a touchdown. You always want to get
No.
under that 7 point mark, but I mean, with how bad the football team has been, they're moving on from Dwayne Haskins. I think that enough is just going to be too much inconsistency for the offense, just to really let the Rams kind of run away with this. I don't think it'll be a runaway win for the Rams, in terms of winning by 14, 17 points, but a 7.5 point victory, easy, lock it in. Not to mention it's even odds. Forget about it. Forget
Lock it
about
in.
it.
I like this. I had this pick myself. What's interesting though is when I was looking at it earlier this morning, the line was at -110 on Bovada. You've got to hear it even, and taking a look at it live right now. These are live stats coming in. It's plus 105.
It's
So it's
plus
really
105.
interesting to see. It's really interesting to see how this has changed um, as the day has gone on. Where at the beginning of the day, you basically, I mean, it was juiced, right? And then it
It
went
was
to a point
juiced.
where it was even,
Yeah,
and now it's even better than even
yeah.
at
And
plus
I mean,
105.
maybe having to travel cross country plays a little bit into it in Vegas's eyes. I don't necessarily see it that way. Um, really, I think Jalen Ramsey, I think Aaron Donald, two of the best players on the field, are just going to have a field day, with this football team offense.
Wait, who were the two best players?
It is going to be Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. Yep. I'm with you.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So again, I'm not knocking the football team too much, but again,
Yeah.
how many points can you feel confident giving them? Maybe 14, 17, and yeah, there's no telling.
Still probably take it there. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know about you,
It,
Michael, but I'm feeling 22, and by
ooh.
22, I mean college football because I love a lot of these college football lines this week. And the first one that I'm going to take are the Florida
Ooh.
Gators
Those Florida Gators.
at the Texas A&M Aggies,
Yep, I had this one as well. Curious
and
to
I'm
see where
taking
you go.
UF -7,
Yep.
even
Even. Yep.
odds.
Love it.
This is look, the chances of Texas A&M winning this game are about as many hairs that are on top of Jimbo Fisher's head, which is probably like 2 in 100 square feet.
Wow.
So the
So
chances
he's like
are
Homer
very slim.
Simpson, is what you're saying.
He's bald.
He's Homer Fisher.
He's bald. He's got a
Yeah.
lot of money, but he's bald as shit. And he's a terrible coach. And that sucks so much for Texas A&M fans to have to put up with this shit for another 7 years, 6 years.
No, I think it's only 4 or 5 when I say only.
And all they have to their name is a blank national championship trophy. So that sucks for them.
Better than
But
UCF.
not that I think that UF is all that great. Their defense has looked a little sus, as the kids are saying today. But I don't know. This is so easy not to take. I mean,
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Trask, the quarterback for University of Florida, he is looking like he could be a Heisman Trophy candidate. I mean, really, top 5, top 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. He's slinging that thing.
He's
slinging it. And then again, Texas A&M, one of their big advantages, especially with it being at home, is their crowd. No crowd, or a limited crowd will be there, so you take away the home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen Mond, right? He's a senior. Jimbo's been combing him for 3 years, but he hasn't looked like he's been good at all.
Another good joke there.
Yeah, you like that. Texas A&M, they'll score points. I mean, Jimbo's an offensive guy. They'll score points, but UF on offense is just looking way too stout. It looks like every single time they get the ball, they're going to score 7. I agree.
Did you say offensive or offensive? Because yes.
Probably both. Yeah, probably both.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that pick. And honestly, that was probably going to be my pick number 2. So hats off to you on that one. Let's see here. Let me was my other pick? Yeah. Let's go here. I don't want you to take this one, so let's
Good
go a little. Let's go a little college game day.
Oh boy, here we
And
go.
what did I
LSU,
just do?
Missouri.
That's not where game day is.
Oh, that's close.
It is Miami at Clemson. I'm taking the under at minus 105 odds, 62 points. That's 31 each. Miami barely scored that many points against Florida State. Let that sink in. That's not true. Miami scored 50 on us, but I'm just going to ignore that point. They scored like 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, which doesn't count. This will be Miami's first test. Clemson defense is, to keep the joke running, they're top 5 in the
top
NFL.
5 in
Top
the NFL.
5
Absolutely.
Clemson defense, they're the real deal.
God.
They'll be able to slow Miami down. Miami offense, above average, right? Let's give them credit. Miami defense, very, very good, but it's Clemson. It's our 2-time defending champion. Not last year though. I see this, going maybe 40-20 and just barely hitting under that total.
Yeah. I had a hard time with this game, honestly. Like I wanted to pick a line in this game. I just couldn't find one that I liked, and I don't know if I like
tough.
this one.
It's tough because Miami offense does look good, but who have they played? They played a Florida State defense who was not good. They played Louisville, who was not good, and I think the other team was it Duke when they were on game day? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But right, so they're inflated numbers. I don't see them running the ball at Clemson on college game day against Dabo. It's just not going to happen. They're a good offense. They'll score points, but to combine 62, I feel good taking the under versus the over here.
It's tough. Okay.
Cross
I feel like of all the lines that are there, like that's the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I want to have money on it because it'll be a good game. But what was the spread? I didn't write it down, and I want to say it was something.
Like 10 points, 12 points.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was 10 the last time I looked. Let me pull up. Let me get my Bovada.
While you're doing that, I guess I'll go ahead and go to my next game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put the sexiest man in college football on blast right now. I'm going to take this Alabama at Ole Miss game.
Ooh,
and I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover. Not Ole Miss. Excuse me. Ole Miss at
who?
Plus
who? You get it?
Who?
Owl.
Willie Taggart. I'm going to take Ole Miss plus 24.
Interesting.
This is Lane Kiffin, and if Lane Kiffin were to be told that he was going to die tomorrow, right? What if you were to take like a Make-A-Wish kid and make it out of Lane Kiffin? His one thing would be to beat Nick Saban, and I think that's. I don't think that Ole Miss is going to beat Alabama, but I think they're going to keep it close. They're going to scare them a little bit.
24 is a lot. 24 is a lot. And the Ole Miss defense is not good. I mean, that's
but the Ole Miss offense.
The Ole Miss offense is good. It's going to be can Ole Miss contain? I mean, if Alabama scores, well, I mean, I guess actually if Alabama scores 50, you only have to score 26. That's doable. Yeah, I think
this is such a high line, and people are just going to overlook it because it's Ole Miss. They're not looking at the lane train coming through. And
I like it. Yeah, I mean, 24 is so much.
It's a lot of points.
Especially
Ole Miss kept it close against Florida.
Yeah, they did.
I don't know.
Let me see. So it's minus 14 flat right now for this Clemson.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, so they're expecting. Sorry, I mean that's crazy. I mean they're expecting Miami to score. What would that be? 24 points. #MathPod. Something like that. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. I don't see that happening. Okay,
What do you got for your third?
let's stay in the college football ranks and let's stay in the ACC ranks. This is going to go with another high-profile quarterback, probably the second
No,
best
don't
quarterback.
take it.
Yeah, probably the second best quarterback behind Trevor Lawrence, and that's going to be Sam Howell, covering 4.5 points against Virginia Tech.
I hate you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see what you have to say. But I mean, UNC's looked good. They've looked good, especially their offense.
Except for last week when they lost.
Well, I mean, especially their offense. Sam Howell is going to get this thing done. He's going to find a way. 4.5 points is way too close. UNC is a complete team, in my opinion, and Virginia Tech is just kind of on the border. They've only played 2 games this season so far because they had to cancel their game against UVA or reschedule it.
Just like North Carolina.
Well, okay, fair enough. But I think it's gonna be more beneficial to UNC. Really, again,
they played their last game last week.
Yeah, but I think,
and they didn't lose last week. They did not cover, which is pretty much a loss. I mean, like, let's be honest, against Boston College, because they had 2 weeks without playing.
If it loses us money, it's a loss.
It's a loss. They're dead to me. So I'm glad you took them.
You're welcome.
But I agree, 100%. I'm on that Sam Howell train. Go choo choo. Love
it. Chugga
chugga. Chugga chugga. Chubba chubba. All right. Well, speaking of UNC not covering last week against Boston College, my next game that I'm going to take is my Pittsburgh Panthers at Boston College. And I'm going to take Pitt -6.
Okay.
You can't stop this offense. You just can't. All you can do is hope to contain it.
It's tough because, which BC team are you going to get? They looked
Not
good. They looked good in week 2, taking down Duke, and I think they were like a 7 or an 8-point dog, and they beat them outright by like 14. And then Pitt, on the other hand, has looked up and down.
They had a trap game last week against NC State. They lost 30-29. That's a trap game.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. That's tough. I really don't know. I mean, you don't know which BC you're going to get. You don't know which Pitt you're going to get.
Pitt got too excited because they got ranked. They're not
can you blame them?
Ranked. They got ranked, and then they lost to NC State. I think this is a bounce back game for them against a terrible BC team.
I don't think BC's that bad. BC's returning. Dudes. They're not dudes anymore. Yeah, but they're returning. I want to say it's 4 of their offensive linemen. They have this new quarterback who's. I mean, I'll talk about each team's quarterback all day. Who's really throwing the ball.
What about their defense? Do they have a top 5 NFL defense?
They do not have a top 5 NFL defense. No, they don't. They don't. Yeah, I know. I gotta set the boundaries at some point. Not every team can be a top 5 NFL defense.
You want to talk about a team that's got the perfect path to win a national championship? It's Pitt, right? They get an easy game this week against Boston College.
Go ahead.
And then they get a 12 o'clock game next Saturday against Miami, number 7 Miami. Right. Then the week after that, they get number 5 Notre Dame. Right. And they get a bye week against Florida State, another bye week against Georgia Tech.
Wow.
And then they finish it out with 2 ranked teams against Virginia Tech and Clemson. They're going to finish the season 10-1, 11-1.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a top 4 team. This is a top 5 defense in the NFL.
Wow. Heard it here
They're
first.
going to start taking Pittsburgh Steelers onto the team and just change jerseys. Like, hey,
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I will actually be featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers in my next pick.
Segue.
Eagles, Steelers. The Eagles are a dumpster.
What is this, 9 a.m. matchup?
It might as well be. The Eagles are a dumpster fire. They're starting right tackle. They did win. They're starting right tackle. Lane Johnson, in and out. He's a question mark. He ended up playing, I think, 3 of the quarters in their game. But their offense looked so bad when he was not on the field. Their run game, their pass game looks horrible all the time. Meanwhile, the Steelers just keep on chugging. I mean, Big Ben, choo choo. You know what I mean? Choo
Yeah,
choo.
this is a train pod.
This is to me. I mean, half of my bets I'm realizing are just picking on bad teams, and the Eagles are a bad team. They are not a top 5 defense in the NFL.
When did you get these lines? Like an hour ago?
Like 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
What is it now?
I say when I got them earlier today, they were a lot better.
What is it now?
We just took it at 115. I'm saying I had this game and the one before, the UNC game, both at 110.
Oh wow! So
do your homework early, boys and girls.
Yeah, well, no, it's our Patreon subscribers who get the inside access are driving up the lines. Sounds like
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I will say about the Eagles is they fly, and Eagles are birds of prey.
They do.
And basically what birds of prey do is that they feast on meat when it's out there. And so what I'd like to do is go ahead and present this week's tastiest pick. If it was out there, just out there on the road for you to just pick up, you'd sit there, you'd pick it up, you'd be like, this is roadkill. I know it's roadkill, but this is just the tastiest.
This is going to make a beautiful stew. A beautiful stew.
Oh. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it right here. This is not what you would expect that it would be. And like I said, this is a college football podcast, not an NFL podcast. All right?
Not a math pod either.
I'm taking ECU at USF. ECU money line.
Wow.
At plus 165. So this has nothing to do with ECU and how good I think they are. South Florida has won one game this year against the Citadel, which isn't even a football school. I've been there, been to a game there. Great atmosphere. You can drink pretty much right there on the field. It's pretty great.
Wow.
They won 27-6 against the Citadel.
To a crime of trespassing?
Oh, no. They have a beer garden that butts right up to the field. It's pretty great, actually.
Interesting. Okay.
It's one of the coolest things. Yeah, they got a big cannon, too, when they score a touchdown if it ever happens.
We like big cannons.
They launch that sucker off. Against teams that are in the FBS, USF has scored one touchdown this year. And that is the only points they've scored against FBS opponents.
That's not good. Unless they were facing all top 5 NFL defenses.
So this is a 7:00 prime time game taking place at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. I don't see it. I don't see how a team
I think it's a
that
sneaky
is in the
pick.
FBS that's only scored one touchdown
I think it's a sneaky
is
pick.
going to win.
I like it. I don't have much to say, to be honest. I don't know, but I feel like I'm
You're telling me that the ECU Pirates aren't going to come into Raymond James Stadium and win this game and then get up on top of the Buccaneers pirate ship and fire the cannons?
So it is kind of a home game.
It's a home game.
It's a home game.
It's not a home game for USF, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. I'm fired up.
This is the tastiest pick of the week, and I'm telling you,
so tasty.
You got plus 165 odds. You go put your mortgage on this bet.
Oh my! And then you could buy 65% of a new mortgage. God, I'm fired up. I don't even want to make my next pick. I just want to copy that one.
Well, you can in your parlay.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm amazed. All right, let's see. Last one here. Let's go for a little. Where do I want to take this? I don't. Let's see.
It's tough.
It's tough. I mean, I'm honestly just amazed. I'm fired up for ECU, but what I'm more fired up is I think I'm more fired up for not the purple and gold of ECU, but the brown and orange, of the Cleveland Browns. And why is this not pasting? There we go. Cleveland Browns. It is currently a pick'em. Give me the red hot Number 2, steaming Browns. Odell Beckham, special.
I guess it is a pick 'em. Wow, look at that.
Did you know that the Cleveland Browns have 2 quarterbacks on their team? 3, really.
Mm-mm.
Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham.
I heard that Jarvis Landry could not throw this week.
He reached his
He
pitch
threw
limit.
He threw one pass, and it felt like he had pitched a whole game.
Wow. Well, he's got 5 days rest. No,
So
I
you're
really
saying
want.
that Odell is the number 2 QB?
He's the number 2 receiver and the number 2 QB
On the Browns?
on the
You're
Browns.
shitting me. You're shitting me.
You can't make this up. No, but really, I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. The Colts, they're a top 5 NFL defense when they have their best player, Darius Leonard. Now he's out. He's fighting a groin injury.
Oof.
That's a blow to the Nads, if you might say. That's really going to hurt them. I know that Cleveland lost their running back, but they've got
Which one? They got a bunch.
They got a
Good
bunch.
job.
They got a bunch.
Kareem Hunt's there.
Yeah, but I think the Browns defense is going to be able to do enough to slow Phillip Rivers. T.Y. Hilton is looking horrible. Do they even have any starting wide receivers? I don't even know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yep.
This is not a knee-jerk reaction of the Browns beating the Dallas Cowboys, who I had as my quality lock. But that certainly had to do something with it because they blew the stable out of the Cowboys. And it really was a wider victory margin than what the box score shows because I want to say Dallas scored 10 points in true garbage time. It might have been 2 touchdowns. It might have been 14. I feel pretty confident about it. I just hate choosing a pick 'em when the spread's down to even. But I'm glad I was able to get this in my top 5. And I mean, who's not down with the Browns?
Down with the Browns. Yep, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, close color to brown, if you don't have fiber in your body, is red. And I'm going to go with the Cardinals. How do you spell Cardinals? There we go.
There we go. Spelling pod.
At the Jets. Cards -7.5 at -105. I mean, could you pick? I just if ECU wasn't going to swashbuckle the Pirates themselves down in Tampa, I mean, this would be it. This would be the tasty pick, but it's the Jets.
It's the Jets. I mean,
that's it.
I also think that we've been picking the Cardinals spread every single week. This line is the line that I feel most comfortable with. We saw what they did in weeks 1 and 2 on offense. They looked absolutely untouchable.
All right.
They looked great. They looked great.
I've taken them every week.
But
great. Every time you've taken them, what's happened? They don't come through.
Don't know. I plead the 5th. Meanwhile, the Jets. I mean, the Jets are bad. The Jets are bad.
They're the Jets. They're the Jets.
The Jets are bad. They're
never
bad.
going to have a good football team again.
They're bad.
Ever.
We'll see what happens here. I mean, when is too soon to start tanking for Trevor Lawrence? Because it sure as hell looks like that's what
the Falcons are doing a really damn good job at it.
Honestly, I think the Falcons.
Could you imagine a backfield next year with Matt Ryan and Trevor Lawrence?
It'd be amazing.
Throwing to Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley? That's going to be so good.
It'd be amazing.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think, I mean, 7.5 points in the NFL. That's a lot, especially for how the Cardinals have looked the past 2 weeks. But I think if you get that Cardinals offense that we saw in weeks 1 and 2, running the ball, passing the ball, playing sound defense, this will be easy. I had this written down. It's kind of wishy-washy, but I like it. Yeah, it's a good pick.
Well, go ahead and take one of these for your parlay.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll build mine first. I'm gonna take. Let's see here. I'm gonna get a little aggressive. I'm gonna go ahead for my pick. It's gonna stay with that number 1 overall. The Rams winning by 7.5. That's correct. You're gonna love this pick. You're gonna absolutely love it.
Is it because I made it?
No. This will be my wild card pick because I'm still kind of figuring out which pick I want to take from yours.
Okay.
And you know what? I feel like you're gonna kind of be upset about this, but I'm not here to please people. I'm here to win the money, and what that involves is just facing the truth.
You love screwing up your parlays on your own teams.
Notre Dame minus 20.5 points. I'm under that 3 touchdown mark.
Jordan Travis for life.
Jordan Travis, he looked good. But now defenses and teams are going to have a full 7 days to prep for it, right? I mean,
sure.
Let's be honest. A little bit of his success came from that. How do we scheme a mobile quarterback? Right.
Sure,
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Because the offense did look good. The offense looked amazing when he came in. But Miami was also beating us by like 77 points by that point. We'll see. I think Notre Dame's going to be able to get this done. I think Notre Dame's got something to prove. And you just look at what happened last year when we had to go up to old South Bend and we got the brakes beat out of us. We, not to get too religious, but we were the altar boys. We were.
Christ.
Yeah.
Okay,
I say.
So which of my picks are you going to take?
I'm kind of stalling because I really don't know. I like your Florida minus 7. Pick. I like your Ole Miss plus 24. Tasty pick is looking tasty. It's looking real tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking real tasty. But you know what? Let's stay a little conservative here. Let me switch back over to my page and let's go with the other team in Florida. Yeah, we're gonna go with 2 evens and a minus 115. So I've got the Rams minus 7.5, Florida minus 7, and then Notre Dame covering the big one. Yeah,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be worth a lot of money.
We'll see.
So I'm gonna go ahead with yours. Pretty easy. Rams versus football team minus 7.5. I like it. Had that top of my list. Loved it. Great, easy. Love the odds you got on it. It's way better than mine. I'm gonna take my wild card here really quick. I'm gonna go LSU.
Oh.
At Mizzou. I'm gonna take LSU minus 14. I can't believe this is only 14.
Yeah.
It's Mizzou. Mizzou's the worst team in the SEC. Worse than Arkansas.
Mizzou minus 14 that's easy.
That's incredibly easy.
Yeah. Oh, it's LSU minus 14. Oh, got it.
Yep. And then I'm going to take on my side. It's tough. Man, I hate. What did you do over here? Boy. Let's see here. I don't know how to get out of this. You guys can't see it, but my Apple menu is right here, and I can't move over to the next thing. Oh, God.
Here, you've got UF minus 7, Ole Miss plus 24, Pitt minus 6.
Well, I can't move.
I can copy and paste it for you.
I'm also taking Florida at Texas A&M.
Okay. You want me to copy paste it for you? You got it. Perfect.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting.
Pretty similar $3 parlay.
This is looking interesting. And we were talking about it just off air before we went live that, again, we're not going to hit the $3 parlay every week. That's just not how betting works. It's not our fault. It's the games. We have the right picks, but when you multiply it in a 3-game parlay and then you put the constraints of, us not being able to pick your games and you're not being able to pick my games in the wild card, it's tough. But again, I like this week. I like that we're both in agreement. When we did that in week 1, it turned out well for us. So yeah, let's get it rolling. I'll go ahead and do my budget if you're ready for that, if you're switched over.
Yep, go ahead.
Perfect. So I'll do a $3 max on my Rams football team. I'm gonna live and die by this game. It's in my parlay. It's in your parlay, and I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. This thing is gonna be great. While I'm doing that, do you mind fixing the value right there? Oh, it won't because it's even. Miami, Clemson. I'm a little bit more shy. I'm just going to do half of that. I'm going to do $1.50. I really just wanted to get that as my number 2, just so I could have a little bit of money on the game. Let's do a $1 minimum on my UNC, and then going back into the NFL. Let's do a $2.50. Let's really juice it up and
$2 right here.
No, you know what? Let's do a $1.50 here, and then let's just put our money where our mouth is, and up that Miami Clemson under 62 to $2. So I'm going heavy on 3 games, and then pretty much just scraping the bottom on my UNC and my Browns pick 'em. But we'll see. I feel good. Good about this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm gonna also do $3 on my first game.
I like it.
You do $2 there. I'm gonna do $1.50 there. $1 there.
I like it. Going heavy on the ECU. That's how you get back into this. $2.50 left.
Two there.
Okay. Oh, swinging for the fence.
What is going on here? All right, I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
All right, so let's see. Let's just do a quick recap. You got $3 on Florida ATM. You know, really spitting the money out if one can make a joke. $2 on Ole Miss. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I like it a lot. And then $2 on. So your payout's definitely going to be higher because you've got that you've got that high money line, and yeah, that'll be worth almost $5 alone. Good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I like it this week. I like it this week. A lot of good games. Let's just hope that nothing got canceled. We did push the episode back one day just so we could be a little bit closer to our live when the games do kick off. So we're missing Thursday night football, and we're missing a little bit of Thursday night college football. But again, with games getting shut down for COVID, I think Thursday will be our normal moving forward times. We're going to try to stick to 8:00 around that time. Yeah, I like it. The lines are looking great, and that juicy pick or that tasty pick. I mean, juicy.
So good. You don't even need condiments for that. So good. Appreciate it, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bet the house on all these.
Let's win some money.
Let's win some money. Let's get back on top. And we will see you guys next week. Appreciate it.